All right, folks, take a good look here. What we have to say here. One, two, three. Oh my God! 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 His titties are in a bunch. That's a key word right here today. The word titties. We're gonna look at that now. Without no further ado, let's hear what this so-called educated Afro-American brother has to say. What knowledge can he bring to the table?
Let me give you a story real quick before I even answer these comments. But one day I was up in Washington Heights, right? I was in the car with this girl. This girl was Mexican, but she looked Dominican. Like she was a Mexican girl that really looked Dominican. Plus, we're in Washington Heights, so she blended right in with the scene. Like she didn't look like your traditional looking or average looking Dominican. And me and her was in the car fooling around and, sucking titties and everything, sucking her neck. And before you know it, fucking cops rolled up. And mine rolled up. So I felt the light, whatever. We wasn't, she put a titty back in her shirt and all that, whatever. The headlights are off, so obviously you can see that we was doing what we doing. So two Dominican cops come up and shit. I'm like, yeah, license registration. What are you guys doing? I said, no, we just sitting here, chilling out. Okay, license registration. Boom. Giving a license registration. I'm not breaking the laws. And the girl that's with me, you know what I'm saying? What are you doing here? And she's like, nah, I'm just hanging out with my friends. Like, that's your boyfriend? So she hit him with what does it matter? It's none of your business. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling her to chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still a black man in this community. Easy, because it wasn't like I got put over from a white cop. It would be probably a little different because she's Hispanic. Wouldn't probably, maybe a brother, but got two Dominican cops, so it's going to be a little rough. Because niggas just fucking with it. Like, oh, let me see your ID. And then you want to see ID, and he's flashing the light of the car. Anyway, to make a long story short, niggas are just fucking with us because he seen our vividly was a black American with a Latino. Wasn't digging that. Okay. This shit I used to deal with. So I was like, all right, a few days later, this is how my life, you know what I mean? A few days later, I'm up in Jersey. I'm in Jersey City, I believe. Jersey City, yes. Not even no section. Let's just keep it generic. This is some moving along. I'm chilling with these two Spanish girls that I know. We talking to bullshit. We outside the car. Cop car goes, boop, boop. Passes by. She's like, oh, that was her people's. All right. For some reason, man, something told me to get out of there. Because, it was a fine girl, by the way, but I just felt funny. Something didn't feel right. So we just got it. It wasn't like one of her niggas passed by. I was on some good shit. Something about that cop, I don't know what it was. I said, this is time to go. Talk for a little.
My God. The link will be down below. I have nowhere to begin with all of this. For Mr. BBC, for the Afro-American male, for the so-called Mr. SYSBM, I just want to. Oh my God! This is too funny, man. Oh my God! Oh my God! You see, I was sucking her titties, and she did well. She was Mexican, but she looked Dominican, and she was in the Washington Heights area. She blended in pretty well, but she didn't look like a Dominican. I'm like thinking to myself, okay, so there's a Mexican girl
who looks Dominican, but she's not your traditional looking Dominican, because after all, according to the Afro-American male, all Dominican are all black in their eyes. Girl, them Dominican girls, they got black in them. Just look at that ass, girl. Oh my God. He said that. Remember, that ass is black. Oh yes, indeed. Oh my God. The same thing when it comes to Puerto Ricans, Cubans, rest of Latin America. You know how these guys are. They really are obsessed with these people. They really are. So he's sucking. Okay, so according to what Ask Nathaniel has said, they were making out in the car. They were fondling each other to the point that her breast started showing, and not only that her breast started showing, Mr. Lickety Lip himself went into diving in like a baby. Yeah, that's what happened. And then while this was occurring, two cops with their headlights saw what you were doing. Two cops who allegedly they're Dominican, in your eyes they're Dominican, let's just say they're Dominicans, were asking questions, drivers in registration please, and ask him, what are you doing? And you know, hey yo man, chill brothers, chill. You know, but I know why these cops are doing that. See, man, it's because they don't want to see a black American man with a Latina. Yeah, that's what it is. It's with a Latina. Okay, I don't. He said something peculiar, saying that he didn't do anything. Okay, first of all, number one, technically speaking, you're right and you're also wrong with that. Okay? Here's the real reality of this. The cops pass by, they see a grown ass male like you sucking titties in the car. Now, amongst guys, amongst grown people, we know this. The moment you see a breast is the moment that we know it's going to lead to sex. So the cops see you, probably speaking, trying to take off her bra, probably trying to engage in sexual activity. They're saying, what are you doing? And you're going to sit there and say, well, we didn't do nothing wrong. Excuse me, you were on the verge of having sex in the car. That is called public, I forgot what it was called. I think public indecency. Because you do realize that it's illegal actually to have sex in public areas, right? This is the thing that I tried to explain y'all about Mr. BBC and the Afro-American male. It's an hysteria he wants to build in his little mind that everyone is out to get him. It's because, the white man. It's the white man. It's Latino, but Latinos, that scratched my head, but the Latino ones, don't they realize that they're black? Don't they realize they got black in them? Don't they? Why are they looking at me? Why are they checking at me? Okay, you're not seeming to understand this. Bro, you're trying to have sex in the car. They're police officers. Why do you think they stopped you? Why do you think they put the headlights on you? They see what you're doing. And your response is, oh, those cops are doing it because they're jealous because I'm an African American man with a Latina. No, I think it's because the fact is that you were about to be in sex, and let's be honest, people don't want to see you having sex in the car. That's kind of disgusting. I mean, ask anybody. I mean, could you imagine you're walking, you're strolling down, and you see a grown adult male having sex with a female in the car? I mean, do you know how disgusting that is? And second of all, what I don't understand with all this is that you are grown ass male. You got money. Do what everyone else does. Get a hotel. Get a motel. That's what I don't understand. Who in the world wants to have sex in a car? Unless you have no choice. That's some high school crap. High schoolers pull in and they want to make out and have sex in the car with. They can drive, but they don't have sex because they don't got no money. They barely got any money to get a room. But if you're like in your mid to late 20s and 30s and you want to have sex, you want to have sexual intercourse, if you want to have sex with this Mexican girl, quote unquote, then you need to basically do yourself a favor. Stop being cheap. Rent a room. Now, of course, you're gonna see the title down below. Dominican man disapprove black man with a Dominican woman. Listen, bro, because I'm trying to tell you about Mr. BBC and the Afro-American male. They're going to twist this into a whole. You see, you don't want us screwing your women. Wait a minute, Mr. BBC. Hold on a second. I just sat there and said, if you want to have sex with this Mexican girl, please get a room. You can have sex with the Mexican girl. No one has a problem with that. We would like for you to, on behalf of the public, please get your disgusting butt and go and perform whatever we need to do in a private setting. No one wants to see you and the girl butt naked having intercourse in a car. That is totally disrespect. And let me say right now, how many girls want to do it in the car? Not that many. This is the sign of cheapness right here. And not only that, I went to Washington Heights. I went to Jersey. As a guy who lived in these areas before, okay, let me start. This is the problem here. The fact that you need to go to Washington Heights to get girls. The fact that I know there are literally Afro-American males who literally drive 30 miles just to hang out in Washington Heights, and we know why the Afro-American male can do that. He can't drive 5 minutes to Home Depot and bring some material to fix his house. He can't do that. But he can drive 30 minutes on his own gas money to travel to Washington Heights just to try to get pussy. He had an orgasm in Washington Heights, really? My question is this to y'all, why would you go to Washington Heights first of all? Don't get me wrong, there are some people that are businesses, etc., but Washington Heights a little bit on the ghetto side, if you know what I mean. It seems to me when you have these discussions with Mr. BBC, the Afro-American male, he doesn't want to hear that stuff. He doesn't want to engage in that conversation. What he's going to try to do is sit there and tell you many things of other. One, you're a racist. Okay? Number 2, you follow white supremacy. Number 3, you suck the white man's dick. Number 4, you want to be secretly white. And number 5, that doesn't work. Then he'll start saying you're jealous because I'm banging your women. This is where the Mr. BBC has to go by. Because what he needs to do, he needs to discredit you. He has to do that. This is a process. So when he sits there and says, these Dominican men disapprove black move a Dominican woman. And my question is to Mr. BBC. My question is, why do you care? If there was a Dominican man saying, I disapprove my women to date Mexican men, I wouldn't care. That's their choice. That's their community. I don't care. If a Brazilian cup family says, I don't want my daughter dating a Dominican man, I don't think Dominican guys are going crazy saying that, that Brazilian couple's racist. That's racism right there. No, because the reason why we're not saying it's racist is because that's actually the norm. When it comes to people from other countries and people have culture and a cultural pride, which black American males do not have, you would realize that identity and keeping the culture is very important to somebody that comes from these countries. And it's just any country around the world actually has a culture. In the United States, you don't have that. You don't have culture. You really don't. That's why when I hear stuff like these people disapprove you, this and that, that's understandable. I can understand that. The reason why I can understand that is because what Mr. BBC, the Afro-American male, doesn't want you to hear is that happens to other guys as well. It happens to me. Guess what, man? I dated a girl who's Iranian. Did the girl's family like me? No. They had some relatives that are telling me, I want you to date only a Persian man. I didn't get upset. I didn't get no butter. I didn't call racism and all that stuff. I said, okay, that's understandable. They want some of your culture. I understand that. That's normal. Because the reason why I know that, because they did it within my family. They do it to other families. The reason why you don't see that amongst black American males is because they got low self-esteem. They don't like themselves. They don't have a culture. There's nothing there. Of course, when you start saying that, oh, what are you talking about? And you start talking about hip-hop and rap, and you got swag, you don't got swag, and all that stuff. And I keep trying to tell to Mr. BBC, the ones that are mimicking you are the low class and the uneducated of these communities. That's who's trying to mimic you. Anyone above the age of 35 and above who are trying to progress in life, trying to work hard and striving it, they're not trying to mimic that kind of hood style. And the cops are looking at me because they don't want me to get with their women. They believe this stuff. And you know, look, listen. I know how Mr. BBC thinks. I know how these guys think because it's pretty obvious. Well, because you don't want me to date with your women. That's the reason why you're upset. That's the reason why. I say calm down, Mr. BBC. No one is saying that. No one is saying that when it comes to my point of view. I'm not saying that at all, Mr. BBC. I said that you guys have a fetish for these people. That's all I said. I didn't say you can't have orgasms. I didn't say you can't have sex with these women. I never said that. I said that you guys have a fetish for these people. And you got a massive obsession over lighter-skinned, mixed biracial women. That's the truth. Now, maybe not him per se, but from what I've seen so far, the guy seems to be a little bit obsessed over Dominican women. We can make a good, legitimate claim about that. Because if you're making at least 2-hour videos back to back, times 3, was it 3 times 6? Sorry. I think, was it 6 hours basically. Sorry about that math equation right there. But the thing about it is that when you have a guy make back to back of at least 2-hour video, 2 hours of nonsense talking on each video, talking about Dominican women living in New York versus the ones in the island. Interview with a Dominican woman, her life living in California. And Dominican women, her preference is Asian men. And Dominican men disapprove black men with a Dominican woman. What the hell is this? And I'm sucking tea with that Mexican girl, but she looked Dominican. Look, listen, man. This is really, really tough. This is really, really tough to say this stuff. But man, a lot of you guys think way too much with your dicks. You guys think way, way, way too much. Even when she talked about Asian, when he interviewed the Dominican girl saying she liked Asian guys or whatever stuff, and she says, why wouldn't she want to date a black guy? What's wrong with a black guy? And you know what's so comical about that is that you don't ever see any Hispanic guys complain. How come this Dominican should don't date Hispanics? Because we don't care. We don't care. We really, really don't. It's in your imagination. Stop being dumb. You're the ones who are going on YouTube making interviews. An interview with a white girl. And she'll give you uncensored, filter information why white women date black men. And we got asked this Asian girl, why do you love black men? And we got asked this Brazilian girl, why do you love about black men? And by the way, when you see these talk about black men, They're not talking about black men in Latin America. They're talking specifically black men in the United States only. That's how insecure these guys are. The fact, and this is what's comical about this, you don't see anyone in our countries making videos asking random girls if you like me or not. Do you see me interviewing African American things like, well, do you like Mexican guys? Do you like, I don't care. They're like, well, most of them don't like you anyway. I'm like, I don't care. That's their choice. But you ain't seen me call them racist like you guys do. Anytime a girl says, I don't like you, you call them racist. For me, I don't call them racist. That's their choice. I don't care. Let's say the roles were reversed, bro. Let's say the roles were reversed. Let's say if I was in that car, sucking that titty on that beautiful chocolate girl, and two African American male cops stopped me and said, "What are you doing over here? What are you? Is this your boy? Is this your girlfriend? And this and that." I'm gonna give them my license registration, of course, but at the same time, I'm not gonna sit there and say it's because they don't like me being a woman. No, it's because the fact is about to perform sex in the car in public. I actually know that. You don't want to see it that way. You want to make it into a, oh, that's why they stopped me. It's because because I'm an African American man with a Latina. That's the reason why. No, it's not the reason why. The reason why is because, again, you're about to have sex in a public arena. Man, this is tough, man. They can't understand that concept. They really, really can't. These guys have real serious low self-esteem. Do you like black men? Do you like us? Let's interview a white girl and how she loves black men. What? I'm seriously. It's all over YouTube. You just like you will see these African American guys literally have microphones asking Asian women if you like them or not. I mean, that tells you how low self-esteem these guys are. Like, who the hell cares if these girls like you or not? Who cares? Have some pride in yourself. Have some high self-esteem in yourself. Be an actual man. Who cares? And as far as these Dominican men who disapprove of this, oh my God, listen. As long as you feel like you're not doing nothing, as you know if you're a good man, then there's nothing to worry about. If you really like the girl, then continue dating her. I don't see what the problem is. Y'all create these scenarios that everyone's out to get you and they're just jealous of you. Bro, you're not that important. And what's even more sad about all of this is that y'all have to drive to these areas to meet these people. Notice you don't see no Dominicans or no Mexicans or Colombians or Puerto Ricans or any other people driving 30 miles or 20 miles to see your community. Because they don't care. That's what's comical about this stuff. Of course, we're going to talk about self-hate. They want to be white, blah, 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 blah. They hate themselves. They got issues amongst themselves, blah, blah. If that's the case, don't talk to them. Don't go near them. And they want to sit there and they want to talk on and on. And they want to be the victim and on and on. I mean, I hate to break the news to you, bro, but how many times I heard stories of black American males beating up other races of men because they're dating a black girl? You don't want to talk about that. You don't want to touch that subject. Oh, no, that's different. No. Well, we happen to Well, it happens more to us than it's to that the other way around. Well, yeah, because you date more out than is your females. That's why. But yet you don't want to point that out. But yet when it comes to y'all, then we need to talk about it. Yeah, this is it doesn't make any sense to me. Because we need a 2 hour plus video talking about this serious matter. When instead, what you should be talking about is trying to educate your community, try to fix the issues in your community, trying to address the current plight in your communities. No, instead, we need to talk about whether or not Dominican girls look good or not. Well, I know Dominican men want to date, force date through women. They got hate in them, so they got self hate. And what's comical about this is that you don't see Dominican guys going around asking African American girls for booty call, or going around harassing African Americans saying that if you don't date me, then you're racist. They're not saying that stuff. Man, this is tough, man. This is really, really tough. Yeah, you know, it's unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.